I'm here with Randi Levin, who recently launched the Recalibration Network. Welcome, Randi, to our Inspiring Views from the Bright Side series.
Hi, Laura. So glad to be with you today via Zoom.
Virtually, as we all are these days. Can you tell us first about your business pre-pandemic? What's your background? What's your business?
Sure. I spent the better part of 20 years in corporate America, fashion buying and merchandising, and spent a lot of time home as a stay-at-home mom, and decided as I hurled to a very big birthday that I wanted my own business. I wanted to take all my skills and I wanted to really be able to and be impactful, particularly with women, and to be able to help them to make changes. The changes that I was feeling were coming on from myself as well. A lot of the questions I was asking and answering myself in my own personal pivot at that point became the foundation, if you would, for my business. So I launched, I'm in year 7, Randi Levin Coaching, and I'm a transitional life strategist, reinvention expert, and I support founders, entrepreneurs, and women in various stages of transition in recalibrating and in pivoting so that they redefine legacy, redefine success, realign success in a moment-centric way. So we work on really building out a life that they want right now.
So there's no doubt that we're all in a state of transition right now.
We are, and that's a unique time, Laura, really, because I don't ever remember a time in my lifetime where everyone's transitioning, everyone's changing, and it's not unique to anyone. It's just unique in how you're going to do it, in the choices and decisions you're going to make. So it's a very different time.
So what was the impetus behind starting the Recalibration Network?
Well, when the pandemic became a big reality in the New York area, I immediately thought, okay, what can I do that would be true to brand, that would be a give back to my community, that would build community? And I thought, okay, I can put together a network, if you would, that would support other people in recalibrating at this particular time in 2020. And what I love about it is it's anchored in Facebook, but it has arms and legs in Zooms and events. And so we do recalibration circles where people show up, and it's part content, very small part content, but the agenda is basically open. And it's collaborative and connective and a great way to network as well. And it's really been a really nice experience. I have people from all over, not only the country, but from other countries that are part of it. So it's been a really rewarding way for me to give back during this time and stay on brand at the same time.
You wasted no time pivoting your focus. You started right around the time that lockdown was starting in the middle of March. How did you get the word out and how was it received?
Well, I am a big networker in general, and I have a nice community base. So of course I started with that and just kind of reached out, via my newsletters, via social media, got on a bunch of, lives and events. And also I was doing some other events with Luminary in New York City, with Mayshod Women, with University of Maryland Alumni Association. And so every time I had an event, I also, invited people in to this complementary community to be a part, to join in, to be inspired, to get. So, and that's kind of how I got the word out. And then people started inviting other people into it as well. Invite my friend or my sister or my daughter into it. So that's kind of how it's evolved. We're 350 members strong at this point in a pretty short period of time. So it's been very rewarding.
So is there a geographic focus for the Recalibration Network?
No, and that's one of the things I love the most. And one of the gems of our flat virtual life is that people can be from all over. And so they are. So we have people in the group who are from other countries. We have people in the group from all over the United States, and people show up on the calls very often from, 5, 6, 7, 8 different areas of the country. And they never would have met each other otherwise. And it gets very conversational. So it's a really easy way for people to communicate on current events, how we're feeling, what we're doing. I usually pick topics, and I said the agenda is yours, which it is, but I will lead it with a word. So today's word is love. Okay. There have been all kinds of words that we've used, and it kind of takes the topic forward just a little bit. I'll throw out a question, and then we'll go through, and whoever wants to answer or piggyback on that in some way. And then everyone gets to introduce themselves and where they're from. And so there's been these great connections that have been made within the group where people are working together and giving each other information and sharing contacts and resources. So it's been great.
So what are some of the opportunities that you've seen from taking this project on, and what have been some of the challenges in moving it forward?
Well, the opportunities, as I see it, the real gemstones of all of this is the connectivity of people from different areas, different backgrounds, different businesses, different ages, different genders, from all over the place. So being able to do that in a virtual format is just absolutely lovely, particularly at this juncture where people really need community. We really need a place to show up, a safe place to be, and to speak, and to think, and to really have intelligent conversation. So that, I think, is one of the real strongholds. And then, if there's something that's a little more challenging, it's getting people to be consistent with it. So there's always a flow of people, and sometimes people have the time and sometimes they don't have the time, which is perfectly fine. But, wanting to drive that and keep that going so that people are involved with the posts, that they're posting things. Very often I'll see something across social media that somebody's doing or working on or posting, and I'll be like, oh, that's fabulous. Could you post that in Recalibration Network? And they will. So trying to really, stay on top of the community, and, continue to drive it and to make it as viable as possible for people.
And what do you envision for post-pandemic, when we'll never go back to normal as we knew it? But when
Let me check my 8 ball. Shake that up a few times.
As far as your business and as far as Recalibration Network.
Yeah. So Laura, when we started 2020, I put together a program at the launch of 2020 that was a workshop called How to Design a New Decade. Because it's 2020. This is going to be the most amazing thing. I hadn't consulted the 8 ball, obviously. Right. So as we evolved into 2020 and the pandemic became very real for everybody, that program shifted and is now my signature program, and it's called Design a New Day. Okay, so with that in mind, I try very hard with my clients to master the moment, meaning we need to have a plan. We need to move towards something. We need to sort of know what it is, but we really need to be able to be in this moment, because this is the one where we can take action and do things. And so I will continue to evolve as we all continue to evolve. And I'm not really sure, in all honesty and transparency, what that will be. Because if you asked me, 4 months ago, if I was going to create this community and, be doing these events and, that this would build, I would have said, no. That's not part of 2020. So I think just staying current with, whatever's going on around us, where people may need something, how I could help people to recalibrate and transition, and we all are. And, we'll evolve it. I'll evolve it as we need to do, as time goes on. So I'm not sure if there's an end date per se, or if that's in 2020, or if it will just evolve and change in some way, but definitely not going to keep still and static in it. Going to evolve with the world around us and what the needs are.
How can people find the Recalibration Network?
So the Recalibration Network is on Facebook, and so you can just put in the Recalibration Network and it will pop up for you. You can also find it and me on my website at randilevincoaching.com, and it will pop up for you and you can access it that way. And yeah, that's the easiest way.
Randi, thank you so much for doing this interview this morning. It's been a pleasure
Absolutely.
Speaking with you. And thank you for making the world a brighter place.
Aw, thank you. My pleasure.